We are in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and behind me are the iconic Petronas Twin Towers. We've been in Kuala Lumpur for 2 weeks already, but for the next 3 days, we're gonna take you through all of the best things to do in Malaysia's capital city. If you like videos just like this and want to see more of us traveling Asia, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and let's take you to Kuala Lumpur. So today we're going to be checking out the Aquarium, which is so cool. Kuala Lumpur also has the second tallest building in the world, Merdeka 118, and KL Tower and the Petronas Twin Towers. We're going to be seeing a lot of the really cool architecture, a lot of the really important mosques and historical buildings, as well as testing some of the street food. So right now we're going to head off to the Aquarium. Traffic here, like everywhere, is pretty crazy. My people, we found them.
That's why we're here.
The communications conference. It costs $79 to get in, so a little pricey, but I'm so excited. They look like they're going into battle. One of the otters is separated in that cage, and it doesn't get to play with its little friend.
So once again, I would like to remind this is G Pool, or we call it the Dutch pool area where you
I've seen one of these fish in real life when I was snorkeling in Australia, and they're super poisonous. I think they're the most poisonous fish on the whole planet. So pretty cool. Snorkeling.
These are pufferfish, and I said that I've never seen a pufferfish ever in the wild before, and I've said that about a lot of these fish, and every time Kristen goes, I saw one in Australia.
I've seen one snorkeling. I've seen a lot snorkeling. And just very cool.
I think I saw that blue one in Thailand.
Oh yeah, I have.
Kristen!
Look, there's me. You see me? In the water.
Come on, this guy. Okay, we finally made it to the section where there's the glass tunnel. That was like the main reason I wanted to come. But first, we have to do mandatory photo session because it is 8.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this tunnel. This is the main reason I wanted to come.
What case do you need?
You stand on like one of the airport escalators that moves very, very slowly.
Appreciate that. Keeps it organized.
We just got out of the tunnel. That was so much fun. That's like the thing, like that's the attraction from here. And it's super long. It's like 15 minutes of going through, maybe even 20 of going through on this little walkway.
It's super good. It's really long. And they have sharks and turtles and manta rays. And you can see the shark's teeth right up in front of you. It was like the highlight because we were walking through and I was kind of like, it's fine. It's an okay aquarium. But that makes it all,
Kristen has the hiccups. And had the hiccups the whole time.
Yeah. That makes it all worth it. I had hiccups the entire tunnel. Feels bad.
Yeah. So we're walking towards the KL Tower right now, but we're debating whether or not we go up the KL Tower or we go up the Petronas Towers. Because the KL Tower, the ticket price is 110 ringgit, which is like around $30. And it's the same price to go up the Petronas Towers. But we don't want to do both because we don't want to drive 120 just going up towers. But we don't know which one we want to do because the Petronas Towers are pretty iconic. But the KL Tower, you can go outside on the sky deck and it has a glass bottom. So we're trying to decide. I don't know what we're gonna do.
But the Petronas Twin Tower is taller by a lot.
Yeah, and you do a tour, and it's the Petronas Tower. So
you'll find out soon enough.
So there's the tower. That's where we're walking to. It looks like it's going to be quite the walk. So we're here now at the KL Tower. At the entrance there's a free shuttle bus that picked you up down by the road, brought you up here. But we have decided that we're not going to go up this tower. We are going to go up the Petronas ones. This one just has too close of a resemblance to the Calgary Tower, and we thought we'd have more fun going up the iconic Petronas Towers instead. So this is the entrance. We're going to go take some pictures and give it a good look. The shuttle dropped us off basically at the entrance, so we're just going to backtrack now to get a good look at the tower. We have a clear, unobstructed view, first of all, of the tower, but also of Merdeka 118, which is the second tallest building in the world, second to the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Look at it. That's crazy. So we're pretty sure that it isn't finished construction yet, because that is the only thing that would top going into the Petronas Towers, is paying to go to the observation deck of that building. But I'm pretty sure the interior is not done yet from everything I've read online. We're gonna clarify. That's an insanely tall building. Look at that. So now we're heading to get some street food because it's getting close to dinner time, and it is hot today. It is blue sky and 32 degrees, and it has been mostly raining the whole time we've been here. You know, that like gray, cloudy, and then big Asia rain for an hour sort of weather. And the first day that we really go out and start doing a lot of stuff, sweaty. Oh, thanks, Kirsten. Now we're headed to the night street food market. Like I said earlier, we've decided that we're gonna go up the Petronas Twin Towers, not the KL Tower. But because the Petronas Twin Towers are like really, really close to our hotel, we've decided that we're gonna do it a different day. You kind of have to book in advance because you're going into like an office building. So we're gonna potentially do that on a different day. We're gonna keep monitoring the weather, because today would have been a perfect day to do it. It also closes at 5 p.m., which is 5 p.m. right now. So,
we got lots of time though.
Yeah. So the streets that we're walking towards, the night food street, is called Jalan Alor, which means Alor Street. And then we're also going to this Lot Hutong, I think it is. So it's supposed to be like street food and Chinese food.
We're kind of at like a mini Shibuya crossing, a giant crossing where it goes all directions and they just let passengers go.
We're in Lot 10 Hutong, which is where all the hawker stalls are. So we're gonna go get dinner. I'm so excited. So the Lot 10, the hawker stalls, are all stalls that are famous in Kuala Lumpur for their street food, and they were invited to all come into this mall. So they're all in the same area. It's really cool, but unfortunately, most of it was Chinese food, and it basically all had meat in it, so I couldn't eat anything. Kristen graciously decided that instead of eating by himself, we're gonna go get shawarma just across the street in the street food area.
It's gonna be very good though. We found a great shawarma place.
Yeah.
Malaysia's just great because they have like every type of cuisine at its best. Like they have Chinese food, really famous, Malaysian food, Indian food, Middle Eastern food like shawarma. You get any food here, it's awesome, even Japanese food. So we're gonna get dinner at Halab Gate. It's a super highly reviewed, super popular, there's like a line on the street, shawarma place.
Oh.
Awesome.
Getting a shawarma while we're traveling is our biggest life hack, because no matter where you are in the world, it will always be made by the nicest Middle Eastern people you've ever met. It's not like Italian food, where if you go to like a pasta or pizza place in Malaysia, it will probably be run by a Malaysian person. No matter where you are in the world, it will always be the nicest Middle Eastern man in the entire world. So you know it's gonna slap, like it's gonna be good food. Regardless of where you are in the world, it's always gonna be really, really good. What do you think, Christian?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. It's always amazing, and it's always made by people who clearly know what they're doing. No debate. It's comfort food. It's like the world traveler's comfort food.
So just got our donaires, and like I said, Middle Eastern people, the nicest people, especially the ones that run the shawarma shops. We were standing there because I got the falafel because I'm a vegetarian. The falafel they always have to make from scratch because no one orders the falafel donair. And the guy maybe heard us talking about how good the chicken looked, and we were also waiting a little long because they had to make my falafel. So he brought us a plate of just the chicken and sauce with 2 forks, and he was so nice. And then awesome. I didn't get to eat anything, and I hope that he didn't see that I wasn't eating it.
Yeah, it is a lot of, like, he gave me like almost a donair's worth of chicken on a plate.
Yeah.
Just to be nice, and it's just delicious.
Anyway, so if you're watching this video, go support your local shawarma shop. Go get shawarma for dinner tonight. And the travel life hack of, if you ever don't know what to eat, if you're ever getting overwhelmed, go get shawarma. And that's probably going to be the end of our first day. We did a lot of stuff today. Let me update you on how many steps we walked. 11.2 thousand steps, 7 kilometers. That's not our best. In Tokyo, we were walking like 15K a day, burning 265 calories apparently. So pretty big day. Our feet aren't getting sore because, like I said, we've just been hanging out in the city doing nothing for like a week. So this is our first like kicking it back into high gear to do some traveling. So that's gonna be today, and then tomorrow we're going to head back out to do some more stuff and hopefully get up those Petronas Towers at some point. So see you tomorrow. This flagpole is also one of the tallest flagpoles in the world, apparently, and it is pretty big. I think that's the biggest flagpole I've ever seen. And from this square, you can get a glimpse of the iconic Merdeka 118. Right there.
Tall flagpole for Merdeka. Tall building for Merdeka. They do love their Merdeka.
The first stop today is Merdeka Square, or Independence Square. And when Malaysia gained their independence from British colonial rule, this is the square where they lowered the Union Jack flag and hoisted the Malaysian flag for the first time on that flagpole, which is also one of the largest flagpoles in the world. The flag stuck around the pole. Okay, so in this square, there is the library, which is right over there. And then over here is the city gallery. And we're gonna go in there because it's free. And I don't really know what to expect. But
free little quick art walkthrough. So behind me, this cool colonial building is the Sultan Abdul Samad building, which is a really famous historical government office building. There was British colonial government offices in there for a while, then there was independence, so there was Malaysian government offices in it. Just a fancy government building, but it looks really nice. So supposedly, and it's very believable, there's a bit of an ongoing competition, unofficial rivalry between Singapore and Kuala Lumpur, which makes a lot of sense, where like Singapore will build a big building, so Kuala Lumpur has to build a big building. Singapore builds a nice aquarium, Kuala Lumpur builds a nice aquarium. Singapore builds a bunch of train lines, so now Kuala Lumpur has to have nice train lines. And it just keeps going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm sure there's things that Kuala Lumpur builds that Singapore has to copy too. But they're very similar, right? They're right near each other. They both have, they're kind of the really rich cities right on this peninsula. So it seems that there's a fun little back and forth going on between them. And Malaysia kicked Singapore out of their country recently in history. So now it is quite a rivalry. So it's fun to think about.
So we are doing the colonial walk by the River of Life, which is on the other side of this bridge right here. And seeing all of the historical landmarks in Kuala Lumpur is super easy. If you just show up to Merdeka Square, they have the colonial walk, like the walking tour, where you basically hit everything. So you don't really even need to plan.
They're all right here.
Yeah.
And they're all really pretty. And since they're all right here, they mesh together into like, it's like you're in the colonial times.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, look at our surroundings right now. It's so cool.
Hannah is so nervous about going in the mosque. She always wants to be perfectly following all the rules, which is nice. But she just ran away from me to put her cover up on, even though we're not even close to the entrance yet. And she's very stressed about whether or not she has to cover her hair. But all these mosques are very nice, and they just say, if you don't have anything, we'll provide it to you. Like, you know, it's a nice religious area. They just want you to come see.
Okay, the mosque was closed until 2:30, and I have to cover my hair according to the sign, and I'm scared. I don't have anything to cover my hair.
And everywhere it always says that they are helpful and give you stuff.
Oh, but I'm nervous. I don't want to offend anyone.
And they're all very nice.
I know, but I get so nervous.
And it's like one of the most famous monuments in Malaysia. So I'm sure they're used to tourists needing help.
We're in the central market now, and it has a bunch of little stalls. They're called warungs, and they have food and antiques and souvenirs, that whole sort of thing. So we're gonna do some shopping, hopefully get some Christmas gifts, and explore the cool market. Maybe get some food. So now, after leaving the market and after getting some Christmas gifts, we are headed to Chinatown, which is right behind me. We're gonna wander through. More than 50% of the population in Kuala Lumpur is ethnically Chinese. So huge Chinese population here. And now we're gonna get to walk through Chinatown. Behind me, like you've seen in many clips already because it's just so cool, is Merdeka 118, which is the second tallest building in the world. It's the tallest building in Kuala Lumpur. It has 118 floors, it's around 600 meters tall. It is second to the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, which is like 800 meters tall. And it was supposed to be finished in mid-2023, but as you can see, there's still a lot of construction. So I think from what we've read online, it's supposed to be finished around the end of 2023, but at the time we're recording this, it is December 2023 right now. So no idea when this is done. It is going to be mostly office spaces for the National Wealth Management Group. There's also going to be a hotel and hotel residences on the top floor and an observation deck. So we're considering going up there, but it obviously is not done yet. So we just get to admire it from a distance. It's so cool.
This is truly like a monolith, a mega structure if I've ever seen one. It's hard to like truly understand when you see pictures and stuff of this, but when you're up close, like it's huge. Like it reaches up through the clouds, and it's stunning how big this is. It really hits you when you're this close. Blows your mind.
They almost did it a disservice though by not, like, it's in the middle of no other skyscrapers. So if they had put it next to other towers, you could tell just how tall it is. But right now it just stretches genuinely up to nothingness. Like, look at that. It just stretches into the clouds. So it's hard to tell in person and on camera how big it is.
Kind of like it though, because it's like just straight into the sky.
Yeah.
It feels like a monolith, like some relic.
It's crazy. This is it's the second tallest building in the world. It's the biggest building by far we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah, not even close at all though. Like nothing, I don't think we've ever seen anything half as tall as this.
No. So we're heading back to the mosque now. I'm still a little bit nervous about not having my hair covered, but everyone online, like Carson said that they'll give you something to cover your hair and your body if you're not wearing appropriate clothes. I am wearing appropriate clothes. I have my sweater. I get uncomfortable when I'm not following the rules. I love following rules. There's nothing I love more than following rules. The public transit here and in Thailand does tokens as your tickets instead of like paper tickets with QR codes, which I guess is more environmentally friendly because they just reuse them. But so you go to the machine and you pay it instead of printing you a paper ticket. It spits you out this little token and you tap it on the little gates as you walk through. It's pretty cool. So we are at the mosque now and they helped me wrap my hair so I could be respectful while inside. They provided all of the cover-ups for you. Nothing to worry about.
Yep, great. And here we are, the oldest mosque in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. Very famous. So here on this sign, there's some info about the name Kuala Lumpur, and Kuala Lumpur, Kuala means estuary, so where two rivers meet, which is why this is such a significant place and it became a big city. But Lumpur just means muddy. So it literally just means muddy estuary is what Kuala Lumpur is, a muddy estuary. And in Malaysia, and I think in Indonesia too, they just like to name things very practically and like location, like stuff like that. Just, that's the muddy estuary, like nice and simple, which I respect. So we got here, we saw the mosque, and it's really quite beautiful, especially this part with all the spires and domes. But it started pouring rain.
It's wet now.
Like torrential downpour. Luckily there's these nice little flowers protecting us. But we still have to walk to that big countdown clock. And then we're gonna take the train back, so wish us luck.
So now we're at the countdown clock. The building is surrounded by a wall of water, and you walk through the little opening. So this is called the countdown clock because it was part of a competition called the Countdown to the Year 2020 to design these really cool pieces of architecture. This was the winner. It's called the Memory Box. And it's basically a box surrounded by a wall of water.
Cool. Doesn't count down anymore because it's past 2020. Looks nice though. So now we're in Masjid India, which is just a street, like a covered street with big market stalls and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's all kind of Indian, more oriented. So we just got off the train in KLCC, the city center, and we went and stopped at just a classic roti canai Malaysian food stand. Got the metal tables and everything. We got some iced tea, which is hot tea with ice in it, so it cools down as you drink it. Fun. And we got some biryani, and we got some fried noodles.
Okay. Thank you so much.
There's our food there, the roti canais, of course. And we're really hungry. Nice to have a sit-down break. And this looks like it's gonna be really good. We love Malaysian food.
I really break my rotis up. Like I rip them into tiny pieces, but this one's hot to touch. And it looks so good. And look at Carson's being
Delicious.
Thank you.
Eat it.
It is the next day. We are on our day 3 now. It's been a couple days since you last saw us. We're in Soraya KLCC, which is one of the many very fancy malls in Kuala Lumpur city center. And this one is the one that's right in front of the Twin Towers. So like I said in the intro, we've actually been here for like a week and a half already. We've been here multiple times. They have a really cute Christmas setup, and we've come to see the Twin Towers already, which is exactly where we're headed, to the ticket booth to go up to the observation deck of the Petronas Twin Towers, which are the tallest twin towers in the entire world. So we're in the base of the towers right now. It's connected to the mall. This is our first time being in here, and it is so cool. It's fancy. So we're out in front of the Twin Towers now. We went downstairs and we got our tickets. The only time slot today was later on in the afternoon, so we got one for 6 p.m. That's good to know though. You can't buy your tickets online more than 24 hours ahead of time, and we didn't know about the weather, right? Because the towers are so high, you don't want to be socked in. So we wanted to wait to see the day, what the weather is like. So very beautiful today, so we thought it would be a good day, but it was like completely sold out in the morning because everyone either buys their tickets ahead of time or gets here super early. So we got a spot for 6 p.m. We're gonna go down to Little India and do what we wanted to do on our day 3, and then we're gonna come back to do the tower later tonight.
So we just got off the train and we're trying to walk across to the big park right near the center of the city, and we're gonna first go to the National Mosque, which is in the park, and it's like a huge masterpiece of architecture. The other one was like the small historic one, and this one's like the super Malaysian mosque, so it's gonna be really cool. It's all glassy and golden, I think.
So we've made it to the grounds of the mosque. We had the exact same thing happen that happened to us with the other mosque, and it's closed right now. We missed it by 15 minutes. We didn't get here in time, but that's okay. We're gonna go to the bird park, and then we're gonna go potentially down to Little India and back, and the railway station, and then come back all before it closes again at 4. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. But there's this little market in this area. We'll go wander through on our way to the park. This market has so much good food, and for such good prices too. You get a whole dozen donuts for 7 ringgit of like the Krispy Kreme looking like decorated ones, and 7 ringgit is like $2 Canadian. That looks really yummy. Anyways, Carson's hungry, so we're probably gonna turn around and go back and find something to eat. We've already walked the entirety of the market.
Got a little street side shawarma wrap for 8 ringgit. Crazy.
You got a drink too. This is Bandung Chin Chow. We have no idea what it is. It looks like this. We saw other people getting it. I'm gonna try it. It tastes like the Taterik if it was strawberry flavored.
That sounds awesome.
And it has like nata de coco whatever in it. It was from this little stall right here. Oh, this market's so fun. I put my sweater on because I was kind of uncomfortable. I was the only one not covered up. But it's hot today. I'm sweating in my clothes.
So yeah, we're right outside the mosque, and this is like the best market ever. There's so many good food, and Malaysian food is awesome, like the nasi goreng, the biryani chicken, the shawarma I got. These drinks look awesome, and everything's so cheap and everything's so nice. It's just, it might be my favorite market so far. It just looks great too. this drink here, Hannah didn't even do it justice. It's probably the sweetest drink I've had in my entire life. That's not an exaggeration. It's like pure strawberry sugar and it's delicious, but my goodness is it sweet. Yeah, we heard from our tour guide in Cameron Highlands that Malaysian people just love sweet stuff, especially drinks, so he was joking about it. So it definitely seems true though, especially from this one. And the Teh Tarik is super sweet, but this is 2-3 times as sweet as that. We're saying we really like Malaysia because all the food is perfectly priced. Like in Thailand, everything except the street food is kind of expensive, but the street food's a great deal. But here, everything that's not street food, like regular restaurants, are super cheap. Like you can get a meal for both of us for like $8 Canadian. But then the street food is just even cheaper than that. So like you can get a street food meal for like $4. And it's delicious too. So they have the best of both worlds here. And their food's delicious.
It's very different from Thailand. In that Thailand, we've said it before, it felt like a theme park. Like it was created for tourists, whereas here these street food markets are for locals and the tourists get to go there too. Whereas in Thailand it felt like basically all of their culture had been commodified by Western tourism, and the prices were inflated to reflect that.
Yeah, here it was awesome. Like that was 99% Malaysian people just coming out of the mosque or coming out of school, going through that awesome market, and we were just like there kind of visiting, and it was super cool. But they're all super nice too.
Yeah,
Malaysia's awesome.
in Vietnam, they have this thing called no name. That's the English translation because I think it's the exact same thing in Vietnamese. And it literally looks exactly like this. Like it's batter and vegetables. And it tastes exactly like it.
It tastes like super, super good.
Oh, it's really, really good.
And it was so cheap, 4 for 10. And it comes with this delicious sauce. That was a hit.
So we're about halfway through walking through the botanical gardens now, and they're so cute. Chris was saying because of the humidity, there's so many more colors here than we see at home. You get really nice oranges and stuff like that. It's really cool, and it's 100% free. So we are having a lot of fun. It's really, really hot today though. We're in Little India now. It's also known as Brickfields, and it's primarily this street, and it's full of shops that sell spices and traditional clothing and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna wander through, maybe do some shopping.
Here we are by the old railway station. Across from it is the KTM Berhad building, which is like the commuter railway between cities. And then this is just the old school railway station. They're both really old, colonial, and they're really pretty. They look like the buildings we saw on our colonial walk yesterday, because I guess they're from the same time period. Really nice. We just finished at the National Mosque, and it was really beautiful. It was super great architecture, really pretty, really interesting, and everyone's super nice, and it was really easy to visit. Great landmark. All the religious sites are just so fun. They're so peaceful and beautifully designed. What do you think, Hannah?
I loved it. I thought it was so nice in there. Probably one of my favorite religious sites we've been to, like ever. It was so nice. So it is officially 5:45 and we're back at our our Petronas Twin Towers visit. We're in the check-in line right now. It's raining outside as you saw, so hopefully we get some clear views, but there's literally nothing we could have done about that. Like I said this morning, you kind of have to take a gamble and hope that we get good weather, and we were unlucky. So we're here on the Sky Bridge now. This connects the two Twin Towers. This is a double-decker bridge. We're on the bottom one. The one above us is just to move people because 40 floors of this building are office spaces.
Really high up. We're 41 flights up, and like under us is nothing. And it's scary. I'm scared.
So we finally made it to floor 86. Carson is a little nervous. We're so high up and there's thunder. We're insanely high up. Look at that. It's really too bad that it's so cloudy, but you can see like everything. Look at this.
Look at this part's perfect for me. Toilet in the sky. The guy who works up here just showed us a video he recorded. When it's raining and there's lightning, he'll set up his phone to record the whole time, and the lightning will strike the tower on top. It has a big lightning rod, and it's perfectly safe. It happens all the time. And he's got videos of it just hitting the tower. They were amazing. I'm just so scared this whole time. It's just so scary up here. I'm having fun, but...
He's doing a very good job. This hotel right behind me has a rooftop pool, and it's like, I don't know, we're on floor 83 right now and it's right there. I don't know if you can really tell on camera. It's high, it's gotta be like 60 floors up. We just finished in the tower. It was so good. It was 100% worth the money. You go to the sky deck like you saw, and then you go to floor 86 and then back down to floor 83, which are both observation decks. And the view was insane. We completely lucked out because it was raining from about 4:30 until about 6. So it was raining when we were on the sky deck, and then it completely cleared up. The clouds went away. It was so, so cool. They also take pictures of you like they do at all of the theme park attractions, but they went one step further and had them all printed when you got to floor 83, the second observation deck, and then they hit you with that high pressure sale. They're like, it's already in the pamphlet, like the foldable. It's both printed. You can buy it, but it was gonna be like $100 for like the 2 pictures in the container. So Kristen and I, we went, do your thing, Kristen. Kristen does that so well.
So after it cleared up, which was super lucky, we got to see Merdeka 118, which was awesome. That's the second tallest building in the world, and the KL Tower, and the other Twin Tower all in one shot right in front of us, which was awesome. And we could see the whole city skyline all the way out to the mountains. It was an amazing view, and the towers are so cool. So it was really worth it. And it's just super cool to now look at them when we walk by and know that we've been up to the top. And the sky bridge across was really scary too, because you know there's nothing below you. So I had a ton of fun. The elevator was really nice too. I was scared, but it was not bad.
We are at the Central Mall, right in front of the Petronas Towers, and it's all decked out for Christmas time. Here in front of the Petronas Towers at nighttime, which is one of the most iconic things to do in Kuala Lumpur because they're completely lit up, as you can see. Isn't that so cool? And it's Christmas time, which makes it even better because there's that huge Christmas tree out front.
This is amazing. I see why it's such an iconic site. It really is breathtaking.
It's so cool. it is the secret 4th day of our itinerary, and the only thing we have left to do in Kuala Lumpur is go see the Batu Caves. So we're in the subway station about to catch 2 different subway lines, but luckily the subway system in Kuala Lumpur is so good.
So we found out this train goes straight the other way, goes straight to Cyberjaya. And Cyberjaya and Putrajaya are like these sort of cities attached to Kuala Lumpur. They are technically different cities, but they're right here, like they're on the train line. But they're really nice. I was looking at places in Cyberjaya to rent, and they're like all really nice modern new developments, and you can tell with the name Cyberjaya. So it's really cool. It's kind of like a fun modern new development that you can still take the train right into Kuala Lumpur.
So we're here at the Batu Caves. They are behind me. We finally made it all the way here. This is one of the largest Hindu shrines outside of India, and the word Batu in Malaysian means rock. So it's a series of caves that are also temples. We're gonna go inside. You have to be fully covered, which is why I have a second appropriate outfit on today. So we made it up to the caves now. To get up here you have to go up 200 and some steps. It's quite the climb, but it's not that bad. We finally made it. So this is quite a big first area in the temple. It's all a cave. It's really cool. Asia has so many of these cave temples, but this one's really cool.
The cave, it's probably the biggest cave of these cave temples we've been to. It's massive.
The only downside is that it's like quite dirty. Like there's a lot of garbage on those really beautiful rainbow steps coming up, because people, I guess, just throw their stuff in the ground. It could also be in part the monkeys. The monkeys were rooting through the trash, and we saw them steal food out of a lady's purse too. But
honestly, it's the tourists' fault.
Yeah.
Don't feed monkeys. Don't litter. Both are bad. People do it.
So we're going into the first of the temples now.
This is the main temple. So it's quite nice. What do you think of the Batu Caves?
They're really cool. We're both saying, honestly, I kind of thought they were going to be bigger, because caves implies more than one, but maybe there's more caves down the bottom. This is like 1 maybe caves. They're really cool though. These like limestone caves are so cool, especially ones like Christmas thing that open up at the top. It's so cool. So we were just talking, we just went into the last of the temples, and these 2 really cute Indian ladies.
So bad here.
Yeah, and there's monkeys genuinely everywhere.
It just smells like garbage.
Well, okay, so to my previous point, the monkeys are responsible for this. They, look, see? They go rooting through the trash, but it just kind of smells bad, and there's garbage everywhere. In part tourists and part monkeys' fault.
But we were saying, like the Batu Caves are like the #1 on every list come to see in Kuala Lumpur. And the cave is cool, but it's not like a ridiculous mind-blowing thing. And it's unbelievably touristy and like garbagey and littery here and far away, and like it's fine. I wouldn't say skip it, but of all the things to do in Kuala Lumpur, it's not like #1 at all. It was cool, it was fun to see, but that's my review. Cool, fun to see, not a huge deal. If you missed it, you wouldn't be You shouldn't lose your mind.
Well, and honestly, like we just went in with really high expectations, I think subconsciously, because it was listed #1, everyone talks about it. So like I wouldn't say skip it, like Kristen said, but like go in with the right expectations. Currently standing in Kuala Lumpur's rival city, Singapore. So I hope you enjoyed everything that we got up to in Kuala Lumpur. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see our Singapore vlog, because like I said, that's where we are right now. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!